AFC Championship game last year at Arrowhead, and these two teams trending towards being right back there this year. No one better to break this down than a guy who played for both teams, former running back LeSean McCoy. LeSean, good morning. It is great to have you with us. We really appreciate it. You know these teams as well as anyone, so who better to ask? How narrow is the gap between them, in your opinion?
Top of the morning. I'll break it down like this. It's a lot closer than what people think. If you watch the Bills, it's changed. Sean McDermott has changed that whole mindset. The caliber of winning is so high right now in that building. I got to give a lot of credit to Brian Daboll. That's the offensive coordinator for the Bills. He's doing a great job with Josh Allen. Each year he's progressing. He's getting better, he's getting better, he's getting better, and you can see it. I think when you look at a dynasty team, it starts with the quarterback. With Andy Reid, down up all the calls over there in Kansas City with the offense, you see the emerging of Patrick Mahomes and the career he's taken off on. But then you look at the Bills, same thing. So the difference is I think the Bills is a lot better defense. I mean, I watched the Chiefs game. I was there in Philadelphia getting retired, and they couldn't stop a nosebleed. So I truly believe that the difference would be the defense.
So
that's the truth.
Listen,
you ain't never
the
lied.
Bills defense has been exceptional this year. I do wonder how much of that has to do with going up against Big Ben, then Jacoby Brissett, then Taylor Heineke, who actually moved the ball a little bit on him, and then this past week Davis Mills. And we'll get to see it this weekend. The question though is, and I think this is interesting, I see it on the screen, how narrow is the gap between Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes? It's been undercovered or underrated that Josh Allen this year has been nothing close to the quarterback he was last year. He has one great game, one good game, and two bad games. So we can let's just show the audience, and Broussard, I think you'll like this. Let's show the audience Mahomes versus Josh Allen and see how close it is. And the answer is not close at all. Unlike last year where their numbers were similar, this year it's not a contest. But that's unfair. Mahomes is the best quarterback in football. Let's see, has Josh Allen closed the gap on Dak? Let's see. Let's see how Josh Allen versus Dak. No, okay. All right, maybe that's not fair. What about Joe Burrow? Is Josh Allen closing the gap on Joe Burrow? No, he's better in everything. Okay, what about the aforementioned Taylor Heineke? Let's see. Let's just see, LeSean. Has he closed it? So Heineke's got him pipped in almost everything. All right, what about Kirk Cousins? Everyone's favorite anti-vax quarterback. What about no, but he's better than Josh Allen this year in every. Okay, Daniel Jones. Has Josh Allen closed the gap on Daniel Jones? Let's see. Oh, the answer is yes. There we go. Josh Allen this year, less yards per pass and a worse passer rating, but I think one could argue he's been better than Daniel Jones. So that's the discussion Josh Allen's in this year. It's like him and Daniel Jones, not so much him, LeSean, and Patrick Mahomes, this season at least.
Well, this is what I will say, right, because this is what I learned. I have an agent by the name of Drew Rosenhaus, one of the best of all time. And he's the best at making numbers look a little funny. So, and that's something that you just did. Now, come on. If you ask anybody when they take Josh Allen or them other quarterbacks, you guarantee they would take Josh Allen. This is what I will say. So far this season, the Bills have been winning by such a big margin. So it's like I get a big lead. Now I'm running the ball. The whole game plan you had for that week, you throw it out the window. Because now you're up by a different lead, so you don't play the same ball. So when you really look at the game, I'm all about winning. Winning games is big. Controlling games is big. If you have a crutch situation, I would love to have Josh Allen. Now, I will say, Patrick Mahomes, he's still the crown. He's still the top on the hill. But when you look down at it, man, Josh Allen is so close. And you'll see, when we get farther in the season, you'll see how the numbers will progress. The wins will progress. And we will look at the AFC Championship against the Chiefs and the Bills. Then I will talk to you, Nick, about that later.
Okay.
Yo, that right there, LeSean, was knowledge. All right, I love it. You stepped up in here. Nick tried to fool you with all these silly numbers.
And I love Nick too, man.
Nobody's buying that stuff. Absolutely nobody's buying that stuff. All right, great job, LeSean. LeSean, I agree wholeheartedly. Look, Nick, you know I love Pat Mahomes, and he is the best, period. All right, and Josh Allen, while bringing up Daniel Jones and Taylor Heineke and all that, that's insulting.
Just the numbers.
But I can argue, we can question whether Josh Allen is actually a top 5 quarterback right now. There's no doubt about that's a question mark, okay? Mahomes, when Mahomes doesn't throw for 300 yards and 3 TDs, we're surprised. We are genuinely surprised. When Allen's only done it one time this season, as Nick pointed out, I think you made a great point, LaShawn. They've been up so big that they haven't had to, air it out. And the run game, as I said, it's a top 5 rush game, which is great to have when you get a big lead. So I do still think Josh Allen has the capabilities of putting up top 5 numbers and being in an MVP conversation. And I think he will show that as the season goes on. But, yeah, I'm not – there's no way he's threatening Patrick Mahomes' crown in the AFC or the league.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're right. I mean,
can I ask,
not yet. Not yet.
Can I ask a question real quick? And I'll ask Wilds. Because I'm hearing, Josh Allen, the reason the numbers aren't as good as they otherwise would be is because they're blowing teams out. And typically, that would hold water with me. But when you're leading, you still want, when you choose to throw a pass, for it to be caught, right? You want the passes you do choose to throw for them to be caught. He's 27th in the league in completion percentage. There is no workaround for that. There is no justification for that. There is no explanation for that other than a player who in high school was inaccurate, in college was inaccurate, his first 2 years in the NFL was inaccurate, has been inaccurate this year, Wilds. Last year, he was shockingly accurate, and it's why he was top 3 MVP at the end of the season. But the 27th in the league in completion percentage is not because they're up big. It's because, Wilds, he's spraying the ball all over the field.
Well, one thing I will say about Josh. I'm sorry, you can go ahead.
I'll throw it to you. I'll throw it to you in a second. LaShawn, do you think that this is a make-or-break game for Josh Allen? Because the Chiefs have lost or almost lost all the good quarterbacks. If they didn't drop the punt, Baker played great. Baker would have won without a drop punt. Lamar beat them. Justin Herbert beat the Chiefs. And Jalen Hurts, I don't think we would call a great quarterback. His offense never had to punt the ball. So do you think this is a make-or-break game for Josh? Or like, dude, this is the chance for you to get over on Patrick Mahomes in this defense?
No, I don't think so. It's not a make or break. This season's still early. This is a long season, man. It's a long season. So I don't want everybody to get wrapped up on the Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, game right now. Hopefully they win. If they don't, that's fine. They'll learn from it. They'll watch the tape. And then they'll see him later on in the playoffs. So Josh has a lot of time, to get better and get his team ready. Now, I watched all the Kansas City Chiefs games, right? And you guys are right. They've been very close. Some of them games they should have won. I think late fumbles happened in the game, which changed the dynamic of the game. But I feel like the Bills, I think they win the game. It's hard to bet against the Chiefs, but we really watch them, man. And being from Philadelphia, right, and being there for so long, you always watch the Rocky fights, right? And he's always losing and his blood coming out, and he's losing, and he can't stop it, and he finds a way to win. It's hard to do that with the Chiefs when you got to be perfect on offense. I watched the game against the Eagles. They had to be perfect. They had to be perfect, on offense to win the game. Right. With Josh Allen and that defense with the Bills, they're going to find a way to win the game. And if it's not this game, it will be later in the playoffs. I guarantee you.
Listen, Wilds, you ask a very interesting question about, is this a make or break game for Josh Allen because the Chiefs defense has been so bad? And we spent a lot of time this segment discussing the Bills have the best defense thus far in football. The question I would pose to the audience is, if Kansas